Okay, guys, hello. How are you? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. We will wait them for 3 minutes, okay? At 15:40, we will start. Please tell it to your group mates. Guys, please, can you answer me? Are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's start. I guess your group mates will not come. Okay. Let's remember some things about last lesson. What do you remember about the drugs, guys? What is a drug and what is the function of the drug? Please, Samia Azam. Samia Azam, please. Samia Azam, can you turn on your microphone? Muhammad Hassan, please. Can you turn on your microphone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Samia, please. What is the drug
Yes,
and
ma'am.
what is the drug and what is the functions of the drug? From the first lesson,
Ma'am,
I will.
a drug is a medicine or other substance which has a
Okay.
physiological effect
Okay. The functions. I will ask you
when
just the
ingested or
information.
otherwise introduced
Okay.
into the body.
Okay. Okay. So the functions
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
drug. I am asking you just the things that I have explained you last week. Okay. So what is the functions of the drug?
Okay, ma'am.
Please. Functions of the drug.
Ma'am, drug interact with proteins in the body to affect physiological functions. And these
Then.
chemicals are absorbed into the systematic circulation and bind with certain proteins. This changing the functioning of the cell.
What else? What kind of other functions it has? Okay. First one is treating. Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Second function. I have sent you presentation. Didn't you read it? Firstly, I have explained you everything. After that, I have also sent you presentation of our first lesson in your WhatsApp group. Didn't you read anything? Okay, Samia Azam, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so please continue.
What, ma'am?
What the function of the drug?
Okay, ma'am.
Functions. Okay, Muhammad Hassan, please. Okay, continue.
Ma'am, drugs are used to cure the disease and treat diagnosis, etc.
Yes, and also for what? Okay, what kind of drugs we use to diagnose a disease? What kind of drugs we use? Samia Azam, you were absent last lesson?
No, ma'am, I was in the last week. I have attended the lecture, but I can't read the slides.
So why don't you then remember anything? Didn't you listen to me? Didn't you take any notes?
I have attended the lecture.
So then why can't you answer? I'm asking you the easiest questions, guys. I'm not asking you extra information, hard questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Muhammad Hassan, please. Can you answer me this question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the functions of the drug.
Ma'am, drugs are those agents which are used to help diagnose certain medical problems. They are used as a treatment for antibiotics such as and used for the cure and also used for the prevent example, vaccine, and also promote well-being.
Okay, thank you. That's right. Okay, Muhammad Hassan, also, can you tell me what does the reversibility of drug mean?
Ma'am, repeat the question.
Reversibility of the drug. What does it mean?
Reversibility of drug.
Yes.
Ma'am, it is the interaction between the drug and the receptor, or you will also consider drug and the enzyme, which are reversible, in action.
It's about, okay, so what kinds of drugs we use to reverse the effects of other drugs? Okay.
Safe and selective. I don't know.
What do you remember about antidotes? What does mean antidote?
Antidotes.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, antidote.
Guys, that's
Ma'am,
all the information I explained you.
and
Try to
antidote is a
remember.
substance
Mm-hmm.
that can counteract other form of the poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mohsin Raza. Mohsin Raza, please turn on your microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mohsin Raza, please, can you tell me what does mean reversibility of drug?
Ma'am, reversibility of the drug. Most interaction
Yes.
between a drug and a receptor between a drug, ma'am, or enzyme is reversible. Ma'am, it means, ma'am, antidote. Antidote means drugs that reverse the effect of each other. For example, man, insulin decreases blood glucose
No,
level. And
not
glucagon.
okay, that means reverse, yes. So for example, if there will be overdose of some drugs, what kind of
Yes,
drugs we
ma'am.
can use? Okay, what kind of
Antidote.
drugs we
Ma'am.
antidotes? Yes, thank you. So next question, Mohsin Raza, what do you remember about interaction of the drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
Interaction of the drug, what does it mean?
Ma'am, some drugs may increase the effect of another drug, and some may decrease the effect of another drug, ma'am.
Yes, that means when the same group of the drugs start working together, yes, when someone taking more than 2 medications at the same time. Okay, okay. And last question for you, Mohsin Raza, is what kind of dosage forms do you remember?
Ma'am, dosage form. Ma'am,
Yes.
dosage form means by which the drug molecule are delivered to the site of action within the body.
Yes, yes. And classification of these dosage forms.
Ma'am, if it is based on the administration of drug, it may be, ma'am, orally, by mouth, ma'am, enteral route by mouth, ma'am, parenteral other than mouth, ma'am, and ma'am, transdermal over the skin, ma'am, respiratory, such as, ma'am, inhalers, ophthalmic
Yes.
mean over the skull, and rectal mean through rectal pathway, ma'am, and vaginal mean.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And based
Yes.
on the physical form, it may be, ma'am, solid, semi-solid, the form of capsules, ma'am, liquid, such as, ma'am, syrup, and gases in, ma'am, inhalers, in
Okay.
aerosols, ma'am, for respiratory
Yes.
purpose.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mohsin Reza. Next one, Aisha Siddiq, please. Turn on.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Aisha, please. Can you tell me what do you remember about solid dosage forms? Yes. Last
What,
lesson we talk about solid dosage forms. What kind of solid dosage forms do you remember?
ma'am? In solid dosage form, we mainly take tablets,
Mm-hmm. Then,
like buccal and sublingual tablets, like afferent
yes.
tablets, capsules, chewable tablets,
Also,
and dental cones, pills, oral
then,
powders.
okay. Okay, what kind of powders we have
Ma'am,
for internal and
mainly there are two main types.
Mhm.
Um,
For internal and for external usage, yes?
yes.
Okay, so next question. What does it mean transdermal patch then? Do you remember?
What, ma'am?
Transdermal patch. I have explained you.
Ma'am, transdermal.
Yes, transdermal patch. It was also solid dosage form drug.
Ma'am, which is mainly applied on skin.
Yes, then
And through skin we apply, then into the bloodstream.
what in the bloodstream?
Ma'am, we mainly deliver a specific dose of medication through skin into the blood.
Yes, that's been transdermal patch. Okay. And Aisha Siddiq, also for your question, what is the prescription?
Ma'am, in prescription we mainly tell about what we diagnose
Mhm.
and tell about the medication what the patient need to use.
And for whom doctor write prescription? For whom?
Patient.
And for?
And for ma'am, mainly for patient.
Okay, AXA. Did I what can you tell the name, your name again, please? AXA, is it
Mine?
right? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Aksa.
Okay, AXA. Okay, please. What is the prescription?
Ma'am, prescription which is written by a doctor to a stated quantity of a drug, and prescription is also contain instructions to the patient indicating how the drug to be used or to be taken and for how long does
Okay,
the drug to be
for whom? For whom? Doctor write
the-
prescription.
Yes, ma'am. Doctor write a prescription for patients,
And for?
and they also write how long do the patient have to take medicines.
Not like that. Mohsin Raza, please.
Ma'am,
For whom?
doctor write a prescription for a patient and for the pharmacist.
Yes, for the patient and for the pharmacist. Yes, thank you. Please turn on your microphone, Muhammad Hassan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Muhammad Hassan, did you remember the terminology for prescription? In which language we write prescription in pharmacology? Which language do we use?
Latin language.
Latin. Okay, why do we use Latin language?
Because, ma'am, mostly names of the medicine are in Latin language.
Okay, because it's an international language in medicine, and in every country, every doctor and every pharmacist can understand. Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. So then next, let's start today's our new topic. Okay. Last lesson we talked about solid dosage forms, about introduction to pharmacology. Today we will talk about soft dosage forms. Okay. Soft dosage forms. What does it mean, soft dosage forms? Now look, do you remember from the last week that I have explained you every drug contains of two parts? Do you remember? API plus excipient. Do you remember, guys? Mohsin Raza, do you remember?
What, ma'am?
That every drug contains of two parts, API plus excipient.
Ma'am, API mean active active form of.
Yes. And second part is excipient. What does mean excipient?
Excipient mean that do not increase or affect the therapeutic action of active
Yes,
ingredient.
it's a now look guys, API is active ingredient. Yes, it's a chemical compound that produce effect of the drug. Yes, it's a drug itself, and excipient is the material, materials that help us to make our drugs. Okay, like covered shells, for example, like paintings, like taste. For example, capsule. Capsule have also excipient and API part. API is the chemical compound inside of this capsule. It's drug that will produce effect on the body. And excipient here is the shell, yes? The plastic shell or gelatinous shell of capsule. Can you understand me? And also this shell can be can have any color like yellow, green, or blue. That's also excipient. Okay, these paintings is also excipient. For example, chewable tablet. Chewable tablet also contain of API and excipient. Excipient here will be the color, and as you know, chewable tablet has pleasant taste, like sweet taste. So to make this sweetness to this tablet, we use also excipients, yes, like sugar, for example. Sugar will not have any effect on the body, any therapeutical or any clinical effect, but it helps us to make our tablet. It helps us to make it tasty. Can you understand now, guys, what does mean excipient and API again? Aisha Siddiq, please turn on your microphone. Aisha, please.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay, can you turn on your microphone and answer me? Pills. What's the excipient in pills? And what is the active ingredient in pills?
Ma'am, kindly can you write the terms in your chat?
1 minute. Don't you remember the topic? This one. Can you see now? From the first lesson, do you remember that every drug contains of two parts? API, this one, API, plus excipient, this red one. API is active pharmaceutical ingredient. It's chemical compound intended for use in diagnosis, treatment, prevention of disease. It's the part of any drug that produces its effects. But excipient is the material from which our drug is made. It can be any, it can include any materials that will not have any effect on the body, okay? They are inert materials. They give to our drugs sweetening, coloring, flavoring, okay? For example, capsules. The capsules covered is made from plastic or gelatinosis, like here. Like here. Can you see this plastic and gelatinosis coverage? It's excipients. It will not have any effect on the body, okay? It will be dissolved in juice, in stomach juice, and excreted, okay? But inside of these capsules, we have the drug. So this drug is API, active pharmaceutical ingredient, okay? API, the part of body that will produce the effect, the treating effect, the preventing effect, and etc. Can you understand me? Guys, do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Aksa, do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Aisha, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Mohsin Raza, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Muhammad Hassan, do you
Yes,
understand?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Samia Azam, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Please answer me while I'm asking you, or should I ask you like that one by one? Okay. So that's mean excipient and API. So now let's continue. Now look, As you understand, our drug contains of these two parts, excipient part and API part. That was about solid dosage forms. And now soft dosage forms also contain of two parts, okay? Like API and second one, excipient. API here can be any kind, any type of drug, okay? For example, ointment. Ointment also contain of this API and excipient. In ointment, any kind of drug can be API, plus we should add here excipient. Now look, for example, we have some active ingredient drug in ointment that will have solid form, okay? That will have solid form. We can't apply it on our skin. We can't apply it on our skin. That's why we should use excipient, okay, to make our ointment. Mostly as excipients in ointments, we use some kind of oils, okay, like vaselinum, paraffinum, or lanolinum, okay? So this kind of excipients, these oils, is help us to apply our drug on the skin. After that, it will melt on the skin with the drug with the oils, with this type of oils. It will melt on the skin, and after that, it can be easily absorbed by the skin to the blood circulation. In the blood circulation, this drug can make his function. He will get to the target, to the organ, or to the cell where it will start to work. Do you understand me, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do we use here excipients like oils? Because they can be easily applied on the skin, okay? And this solid dosage, solid drug, solid API, pharmaceutical ingredient, will be also dissolved in this oil, in the lanolinum, or in the vaselinum, and with them, we will apply it on the skin. But without this excipient, without these helpers, we can't apply this kind of drugs on the skin, okay? Do you understand what's the excipient in ointments?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Second one, pastas. Pastas is also a type of ointments, okay? That they also contain API, any kind of drug, plus excipient. But the main difference between ointments and pastas is that pastas have bigger density, okay? Pasta's density is bigger because it contains more than 25% of solid units. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Pastas have bigger density because they should have more than 25% of solid units. That's why as an ingredient, as an excipient, we use in pastas mostly talcum, amylum, and oxidum. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is excipients in ointments? That help us make the form of ointment. Okay, what we use an excipient here? I tell you it's 5 minutes earlier. Okay.
Ma'am, it could be
Excipient
some oils.
oils, yes, like vaselinum, lanolinum, paraffinum. Okay, do you understand? Have you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and in pastas, what kind of excipients we use in pastas?
Like talcum.
Talcum, like talcum, oxidum, and amylum. Okay, mostly these three excipients we use in pastas. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and third main thing here is suppositories. I will explain you now what does mean suppositories. So soft dosage forms is mostly about ointment, pastas, and suppositories. Okay, What does it mean ointment? Ointments are semi-solid, greasy preparations for application to the skin or rectum or nasal mucosa. Ointments may be used as emollients or they can be used by applying on the skin. After applying on the skin, they will dissolve at the body's temperature and after that it will be absorbed to the blood, okay? And by the blood circulation, they will go to the site, to the target organ or to the target cells. That's ointments. And we have some types of ointments. Creams, for example, creams also have the same function as an ointment. They also should be applied on the skin, then melted, then absorbed into the body. It's also type of ointments, okay? Gels is also type of ointments, but here we have another excipient. Excipient here be natural or synthetic gum. Okay, fifth one is pastas. I explained you pastas. Pastas also, it's basically ointments into which a high percentage of insoluble solid units. I say you, yes, that there should be more than 25% of solid units in pastas. Okay, sixth one is dusting powders. We talked about powders last week, that we have powders for external usage and for internal usage. Mostly the powders for external usage we should mix with the ointments to apply it on over the injury or over the ulcer, over the skin, and etc. So next one, transdermal patch. We have already talked about transdermal patch. It looks like that. It contains also drug, that's API, and this patch is excipient, but inside of it, it has API, the drug that will be automatically absorbed into the blood. Next one, liniment. Liniment also it's a type of ointments. They have the same function, the same consisting of ingredients like an ointment. Next one, lotions. Lotions is also a fluid type of ointment that should be applied on the skin. But the difference between ointments and lotions is that lotions we should use without friction. Okay, we should just apply it on them over the injury or over the ulcer, and we should wait until they will be absorbed. It's not hard things. Okay, it's very easy topic today. Next main thing for you to know is suppository. Okay, suppository. Suppository, it's a small solid medicated mass, usually cone-shaped like that. Can you see these white things? This is suppository. They have cone shape. So their mechanism is that they should be inserted into the rectum, rectal suppository, or into the vagina, vaginal suppository, where they melt at body temperature, and after that it will be absorbed into the bloodstream, okay, into the blood circulation, and after that with the blood they will also get to the site, to the target organs. Do you understand what is the suppository, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's suppository. Mostly suppositories is used for, do you know the drug paracetamol? Paracetamol is used to low body temperature. When we have high temperature, yes, it should low our body temperature, but some children cannot take paracetamol orally. You know, they can't, they will throw back them because it will have bad taste. That's why for the children, for example, the paracetamol can be used like that by rectal suppositories, okay? You will insert this suppository rectal to the children, then it will melt, this paracetamol will melt, and it will absorb it into the blood. After absorbed into the blood, it will lower the high temperature of the body. Okay? Do you understand what the suppository means? Okay. Suppositories also we have one kind of soft dosage form called pissari. Pissaris are solid medicated preparations. Do remember please this name, pissari, are solid medicated preparations designed for insertion into the vagina where they melt or dissolve. It has the same function and the same mechanism as suppositories, okay? But the difference between them is in shape. Suppositories have like that cone shape and pissaris have like that shapes. But the function is the same, okay? They also should melt or dissolve. Then after that, it will be absorbed into the blood and get to the target organ. So that's all, guys. That's all about our today's topic. Do you understand everything? I will send you this presentation, the short version of this presentation, just the main things, okay, that you should know. There's just 5 or 6 pages. Okay, guys, do you understand that the main things is ointment, pastas, and suppositories? Have you got any questions here? Okay, guys, have you got any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand what's the excipient and what's the API here?
Ma'am, can you define about the liniment?
Liniments, okay. Let's talk about liniments detailedly. Okay, now look, liniments, it's also type of ointments, okay? They are fluid, semi-fluid, or occasionally semi-solid preparations that intended to be applied on the skin, okay? They may be alcoholic or oily solutions or emulsions. Most are massaged into the skin, like applied on the skin, okay? Liniments should not be applied to broken skin, to the injuries, okay? Because they contain alcohol. So liniments is also type of ointment, guys. Just when you will buy some drugs, they will be written ointment or liniment. It doesn't matter, okay? You should look at the API here, okay? The most important things, what kind of API it should contain. Can you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
It's also, you can know it like the type of ointment. Just again, I am repeating, while you will be buying some of these drugs, they'll be written ointment or liniment. It doesn't matter. The main thing is here, the API which it contains. But you should remember that liniments should not be applied to broken skin because they contain alcoholic. Okay. But mostly in soft dosage forms, we use ointments, okay? Just ointments. We didn't buy fluids or creams. They not contain so much APIs, okay? In pharmacology, we mostly use ointments. Okay. So, other questions have you got? Okay, guys, any questions? Have you got questions or no? Please tell me yes or no.
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, then let's continue our prescriptions. Okay, can you please remember me at which prescription we stopped last week? Please open your notebooks and look where we have stopped. You are Gm38. I guess we stopped on the compound powders. Did we? Please open your notebooks and look. Mohsin Raza, please, can you tell me where we stopped? Guys, can you hear me? Aisha, please turn on your microphone. Did you write last week prescriptions? Hmm? Mohsin Raza, please, can you turn on your microphone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Aisha or Mohsin, anyone, please, can you tell me where we stopped? Did we write any prescription last week?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, where we stopped?
Ma'am, you told about zinc oxide 20 gram,
Mm-hmm.
amyli 40 gram, talc
Mm-hmm.
40 gram,
Mm-hmm.
MF poly,
Mm-hmm.
and dosage form for powder over the skin on ulcer one time.
Why you say dosage form? What does it mean D here? Is it mean dosage form? What does it mean? For what here stands D? Aisha, please turn on your microphone. What does it mean D in prescription? Please, guys, turn on your microphones, everybody. What does it mean D here in prescription?
Give out.
Give out means, yes, in Latin language. How we can say this word in Latin language?
Dentar.
Denture, yes. Aisha Sadiq, please turn on your microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. For what here stands D? Again, please repeat.
Give off.
Give out. In Latin language, it means?
Oh, give out.
In Latin language, how it
In Latin
should be? Yes. What does it mean in Latin language? Give out.
Ma'am, it's DS mean give out.
No, look, the word, first letter D. D. Do you see this big D? That means give out, okay? Denture.
Okay.
And S means explanation, sign, signa. Sign means explanation. In Latin language, it will be signa, but we write just one letter S. So these two letters, D and S, means give out and explain. Okay, do you
Okay.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So please ask now immediately who has any questions about prescriptions that we write last week. Please, Samia Azam, can you read me first prescription that we wrote last week? Samia Azam. Third time I'm repeating. Samia Azam, please turn on your microphone. Samia Azam, are you here or I will put you absent? Samia Azam. Okay, Samia Azam is absent. Muhammad Hassan, please turn on your microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please read me first prescription that we wrote last week.
Ma'am, first prescription is 20 gram of zinc oxide.
No, it was last. It was last. Read me first one. Didn't you write the prescription?
Yes, ma'am, I write, but I've also lost the paper that in which I write.
So why didn't you then ask from your group mates? Guys, your group, I don't know what to do with your group. Okay, Mohsin Raza, please turn on your microphone. Okay, Mohsin Raza, can you read please first prescription?
Yes, ma'am. First,
Read
ma'am,
please. Yes.
it will give out 10 gram of amikacillum.
Yes, yes. Okay, have you got have you got any questions here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Aksa, please turn on your microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, read me please second prescription.
Second,
Yes.
benzylpenicillin sodium
Yes.
sulfioxidoli
Sulfaetidoli. Then
MF MF poly
what does it mean MF?
I don't know, ma'am.
Open your terminology for prescription. Open
One
please your
minute.
term. That's why I tell you to write them in notebook, okay? Because in screenshots, then you can't find this terminology. For the next
Mix-
lesson, everyone writes the terminology in your notebooks, okay? Okay, what does it mean?
Mix to make powder.
Okay, then read. Then after that,
After that,
why do we write here mix to make powder? Aksa, how do you think? Can you explain me?
what, ma'am?
Why do we write here mix to make powder? Why do we write here mix in this prescription?
Ma'am, the Latin word mean to mix.
I understand. I understand. We write mix, but what we want to mix here in this prescription? Benzylpenicillin sodium and sulfaetidoli.
To mix upper both substance.
Yes, to mix these two substances. Okay. Okay. Who else? Aisha. Aisha.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Read me, please, third prescription.
Ma'am, in third prescription, we have 100 gram mean 5 parts, no, zinc oxide 20 gram, amyli 40 gram, telki 40 gram,
Yes.
MF olive,
Yes. What does mean pulp?
ma'am, pulp means powder form.
Okay, powder.
And we have to mix up MF polyp mean we have to mix upper three substances.
Yes, mix and make a pulp. Yes, mix and make powder. And after that, what our powder is ready, then what we should do?
Over DS for powder over the skin on ulcer 1 time per day.
Okay, what does it mean, D?
Give out, and S means signs.
Sign mean S means what?
Ma'am's sign explanation.
Explanation for the patient. Yes, very good. Okay, now it was the last yes from the last lesson. Now let's continue. Okay, here as we remember, we wrote simple powder and compound powder. What does it mean, simple powder? Okay, guys, what does it mean, simple powder and compound powder? Can you answer me, please? Mohsin Raza, can you tell me what does it mean, simple powder and compound powder?
Ma'am, simple powder for internal use, simple powder only contain one ingredient.
Yes, and compound means?
It contain more than two or two.
Yes, more than
ingredients.
2 parts and ingredients. Okay, we write one prescription for the simple powder, as you remember, and we write 2 prescriptions for the compound powder. Now let's write one more example about compound powder, okay? Write, please. Continue. Give out, for example, 60 grams of powder. Everyone, please write. And at the end of the lesson, everyone should take photo of these notes and send me in WhatsApp group, okay? Because I guess someone didn't write these prescriptions. Okay, please write. Give out 60 grams of powder. It's also about compound powder for external usage, okay? Third example. Give out 60 grams of powder that contain, for example, 6% of acidum boricum. Second ingredient is 4% of acidum salicylicum. And third ingredient, guys, are you writing?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
And 90% of talcum. Okay. Again, now look, we know that the total mass of our powder should be 60 grams, but we don't know how much grams of acidum borytum we should add, how much grams of acidum salicylicum we should add, and how much grams of talcum we should add. We don't know. That's why, again, let's make some solutions. Now look, 6% plus 4% plus 90%. How much it will be total? How much it will be total? 6 plus 4 plus 90. We are talking with you like first grades. 6 plus 4 plus 19, guys. How much percent it will be? Okay, please. 6 plus 4, 100%, yes. So our total mass of powder is 60 grams. Yes, 60 grams. It will be 100%. 100%. Now let's find here how much grams of acidum borytum we should add. We don't know acidum borytum how much gram. That's why we put x grams. Then, but we know that is 6%. Yes, acidum borytum, we don't know how much gram, but we know that it should contain 6 grams. Or 6% of acidum borytum. So now let's make the ratio. X is equal to 60 multiplied by 6 and divide by 100. How much it will be, guys? 3.6. Yes, 3.6 grams of acidum borytum. We have found that inside of these 60 grams, we should the acidum borytum should be 3.6 grams. Okay, let's find second one. Let's find acidum salicylicum. We know that it is 4%. From 60 grams, it will be 4%. Okay, 60 grams is 100%. Guys, do you understand why I'm doing like that? Yes. Guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we don't know acidum salicylicum. It is x grams, but we know that is 4%. Okay, so x is equal to 60 multiply by 4 and divide by 100. It will be 2.4 grams. 2.4 grams of acidum salicylicum. Okay, we have found. And let's find last ingredient, talcum. Okay, again, 60 grams, it is 100%. 100% and x grams. We don't know, yes, how much grams of talcum is, but we know it is 90%. That's why x is equal to 60 multiplied by 90 and divide by 100. Okay, how much it will be? It will be 54 grams of talcum. Guys, do you understand how I made the solution here? Guys? Do you understand? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand how I make these solutions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let's write it in prescription. Okay, we should begin again with the word RP and we should write the ingredients. Yes, first one is acidum boricum. AC, we don't write ACD, we can write just AC, borici. This cum, this ending cum, we should always change to I. Acidum borici. Acidum borici. How much grams acidum borici we have found, guys?
3.6, ma'am.
3.6, yes, 3.6. We already have here point. That's why we don't put point again. Acidum borici. Second ingredient is acidum, acidi, salicylici, yes. Salicylicum, we should change to I. Salicylici, how much? 2.4. And third one is talcum, talci. We have found it 54.0. That means 54 grams. Okay. Again, we have 3 ingredients. They are ready. What should I do with them? Please tell me what I should do with them. Okay, guys, please tell me.
MF below.
MF, yes. M mixed to make F pelvis, pelvis. After that, I should write explanation for my patient. S. For example, for powder over the injury, 2 times per day. After that, I should put hashtag and close my prescription. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that was one more example about powders for external usage. Now, let's continue with the powders for internal usage. Please turn on your microphone. Who has this voice? Okay, powders for guys. Can you turn off your microphones? Okay, thank you. Powders for internal usage. So now look, guys, powders for internal usage can be divided into 2 groups. Okay, first one is unseparated, and second group is separated. How we can understand this? Unseparated means that we have the amount of powder that should be taken in one time. Okay. For example, 100 grams, he will take it just one time, okay? He will take 100 grams at one time, that's all. But separated ones means that these 100 grams, we should divide into 10 days, okay? Every day he will drink by 10 grams. And totally, after 10 days, it will be 100 grams. But unseparated means that these 100 grams he will take in one time, but mostly we should give to the patient separated powders, okay? Because 100 grams at one time, it will be very big amount. It can be toxic. That's why unseparated powders we use just before the diagnosis, okay? This do you remember these contrast agents for the diagnostic, for example? Guys, do you remember? Guys, do you remember the contrast agents I have explained you? Guys, do you hear me, please? I'm also tired. Can you just answer me my questions? Do you remember or not? If you not remember, I will explain you again. Open, please, your microphones. Do you remember the contrast agents that I have explained to you last lesson?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, now look, we have some kind of drugs They called contrast agents. Listen carefully. Next time I will ask you. So we have some kind of drugs called contrast agents. This kind of drugs we used, for example, before X-ray. Do you know the diagnostic called X-ray? Guys, do you know the diagnostic called X-ray? Guys, I can't understand you. Why don't you answer me? Who is your coordinator? Please tell me your coordinator name because I can't work with you. Guys, turn on your microphones.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the problem? Why don't you answer me? Should I say the one question for 10 times? Why are you
Maybe
doing like that?
Maybe internet problem.
Okay, what do you know the diagnostic called X-ray?
Ma'am, with the help of radiation, taking the picture of internal body organ.
Okay, so before this diagnosis of X-ray, some parts of our organism are not visible in X-ray. Okay, can you hear me? Some parts of our organs and some parts of our organism are not visible in X-ray. For example, intestine. Intestine is not visible in X-ray. Why? Because intestine contain gases. Okay, gases are not visible in X-ray. But how we can diagnose this intestine? For example, if there is some tumor, how we can see it? So in that cases, we have such drugs called contrast agents. So this contrast agents is contained of iodine. Okay, this iodine have the function that it can absorb X-rays to itself. Okay, it can absorb X-rays to itself, and after that we can take the picture of intestine, for example, and see the areas, walls, and structure of intestine clearly. Now I will show you picture. So look, these contrast agents is they have the form of powders. Okay, they have the form of powders. So before the diagnosis, we should dissolve this powder in water and give it to the patient. Patient should drink this drug, and after 1 or 2 hours, when the drug will get to the intestine, we can take the picture of his intestine. And after that, we will see that picture, like that picture. Now you will see. Can you see this picture of intestine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see these white areas in intestine? Do you see?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is our contrast agents moving through the intestine. And while it was moving through intestine, we take this picture, okay? And we can see now clearly the structure of intestine, the walls. Do you see? It's very, we can see it clearly. But without this contrast agent, intestine is not visible in X-ray, okay? If there won't be this contrast agent, it will be totally black, okay? This picture will be totally black, and we will not see any structure of intestine, okay? So contrast agents, do you understand what the contrast agents mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there's a lot of type of contrast agents, okay, that is used in diagnosis. Later in clinical disciplines, in fourth and in fifth semester, you will learn about them more detailedly in other lessons also. So do you understand now what does it mean? Okay, so this type of drugs we use internal. As I explained to you, they have form of powders that we should dissolve in water and take them internal in 1 moment. And we should wait when it will reach our intestine, for example, and after that we should take the picture. So that's why we don't separate these kind of powders. Okay, we should take them in 1 moment. That's why. Let's write prescription for this powder. 1 minute. We should continue. Okay, let's write this last one, and after that I will let you go. So unseparated. For example, okay, mostly mostly we use in contrast agents like radiopac or like barium sulfase. Okay, let's write prescription for barium sulfase. Give out. For example, your patient go to X-ray, and you should write him the prescription to buy to go him and buy these contrast agents. How we should write the prescription to him? Like that. We have task, for example, give out 100 grams of barium sulfase pro röntgeno. That means in Latin language for the X-ray. Pro röntgeno. Okay, now let's begin prescription. RP. Then we should write our active ingredient. Active ingredient here is barium sulfase. Barium sulfatis. We should write barium sulfatis pro röntgeno. That means for X-ray, for the diagnostic geno. And then how much grams it should be? It should be 100.0. That means 100 grams. Okay. We write the part for the pharmacist. Pharmacist can understand that he should give 100 grams of this ingredient. Then after that, give out, yes, denture. This word, denture, do you remember? Give out. And what? Explain, explanation, signa. What he should explain? He should explain that patient should drink it, take after dissolving in water, before the diagnosis, Do you understand, guys?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Do you understand? Have you got any questions here? Okay, guys. No questions, yes? And let's write second one, separated. Separated powders means that some amount of powder a patient will not drink for the treating of some disease. For example, he will not drink it in one time. Okay, he should drink it some powders, for example, maybe 1 month or maybe 2 weeks. So we should divide the amount of powder to the 1 week, for example. Okay, they can be also simple, that contain just one ingredient, and compound. Let's write simple one. Give out. Guys, write everything, okay? Then after that, you will send me photos. Give out 12 powders that contain 1 milligram of phenobarbitalum. Okay, what does it mean? That means that pharmacist should take 12 different pockets or 12 different little boxes, and each and he should put by 1 milligram of phenobarbital in every box, okay, in every pocket, and he should give them 12 pockets or 12 little boxes to patient. Every day, patient will open by 1 box or by 1 pocket and drink just by 1 milligram of phenobarbital. So he will drink this phenobarbital for 12 days. Do you understand what does mean separated? And total amount of phenobarbital he has taken in 12 days will be 12 milligrams. Do you understand me?
Yes,
He
ma'am.
can take 12 milligrams of phenobarbital in one moment, okay? It will be very toxic for him. That's why he should take it by 1 milligram every day for 12 days. Okay, now how we should explain it to our pharmacist, that he should put it into the 12 different pockets, like that. Okay, RP, first of all, you should write the phenobarbital, the active ingredient, phenobarbital. How much milligrams? 1 milligram. Milligram we write like that, like 0.1, yes? If there will be grams, we should write 1.0, 1.0, for example. But here's milligrams, that's why 0.1. And after that, what? After that, we should tell to the pharmacist that he should give out, yes, give out denture. How he should give out? Such doses, that means such doses by 1 milligram in every pocket for 12 days. So that means every pocket should contain such doses. How we should write it? D, T, D. If you will look in your terminology, DTD means give such doses, denture Thales doses. DTD, how many numbers? Number 12. Okay. And here's explanation for our patient. Take by one powder every day for 12 days. And after that, I should put hashtag. Do you understand, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have you got any questions till here? Okay, have you got any questions? To
No,
say
ma'am.
no. So next lesson, we will continue with separated compound powders, okay? Right here, separated compound. And next lesson, you should remember me from where we should begin. B, compound. Okay? Right, please, this one. Next lesson, we will continue at GM38. I should write here, compound, separated powder. Okay, did you write everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have you got any questions, guys, about today's topics of dosage forms, about today's prescriptions? Hmm?
No, ma'am.
No, please, next time you should be more active, guys, okay? I'm not asking you extra information, just the things that I have explained to you. Next time, you should be more active. And next time, please repeat also again solid dosage forms, last week's topic, today's topics of dosage form. I will ask you, okay? Okay, at the beginning of the lesson, I will ask you and I will put you grades. After this week, I will put you grades. Okay, and prescription also, try not to forget these prescriptions. Repeat last week's prescriptions, today's prescriptions, and next time we will continue. So for the next time, tell to your other group mates that they should join our classes, okay? If they will not join the practice classes, they will not have access to module or to examinations. And at the end of the semester, they will not have access to the big exam. So they can have problems. Please tell them. Okay, can I now close this page? Can I close? Did you write everything?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now after this lesson, send me to our WhatsApp group, everyone. Send me your notebooks with prescriptions, okay? Okay, who will not send me, I will put absent. Please tell to others also. Today's presentation, I will also send you to your group. Please read first presentation, today's presentation, and be ready for the next lesson, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So any other questions? Who have got questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then see you next week, guys. See See you next week. And next week, try to be more active, okay? So bye, guys.
Okay.